was great meeting you guys in person at Focus and Fire. And I don't know if you remember, but kind of where we left off in our last conversation was all about like self-betrayal. And I don't know about you, but that presentation, like when I first started working on it, it hit me like a full freight train, right? Looking and taking inventory at our life and taking inventory of all the broken promises that we are making every day and all the ways in which we're not choosing ourselves. And there's something like in the air these days with like Valentine's Day just being, yesterday. And I kind of just wanted to like lift you guys a little bit higher, and not leave you kind of in that like, oh crap, like I now know in all the ways that I'm messing myself up. What do I do? So today we're going to talk about self-love. Does that sound okay? Yeah, rad. I'm going to share my screen. As far as who I am, you have my credentials. The best way to get a hold of me is on Instagram, like a true millennial. I'm super approachable, super accessible. You can talk to me about anything. I've had all the jobs in the industry. So you got a question, hit me up. This is kind of a little recap for what we talked about last time, because I know that not everybody was able to make it to Focus and Fire. Here is what self-betrayal looks like. Self-betrayal is something that we all are capable of doing and that we do on a frequent basis. Even if you think that you've like mastered this, I promise you have it in some area of your life or some relationship. The way that self-betrayal first became like apparent to me was when I was looking at imaginary fight I got into with my partner. It was like super late at night. It was raining. It was wet. It was miserable because I'm in Portland, Oregon, right? And my dog wanted to go to the bathroom. And I like looked at my dog and I'm like, you know what, bro, it's not happening. Like that is my boyfriend's job and he's going to be home in like 15 minutes. And my gut was like, walk the dog, right? Just walk the dog. What's the big deal? Walk the dog, be cold, get over it, just do the thing. And instead, I doubled down. I doubled down on not walking the dog. And I created this entire story to justify me not doing my own idea, right? Did my boyfriend at any point text me and go, hey, will you walk the dog before I get home from work? No. No, my dog walked up to me. I thought, hey, I should walk him. And then I thought, hell no. And now here we are on this whole spiral of inflating his faults, inflating my own virtue, justifying my behavior, and then like blaming the situation, right? So like, this is kind of what it looks like. I think I should walk the dog. And then I'm like, oh, hell no, I'm not doing that. And then I'm like, as a matter of fact, my boyfriend, it's the only job he has. He's so lazy. Like he doesn't even take out the trash. This is like the one thing he has to do, right? And, I don't remember him asking me if he could do something for me recently, right? And so I'm like creating this like list of faults on this person I love. And then on the flip side, once I'm done with that, I'm like, and also I have to get up really early tomorrow. In fact, I should just go to bed right now because I'm really important and I've got big meetings and I work really hard. And you know what? I'm just as tired as he is and blah, blah, blah. Right. And so I'm like creating all of these like virtues for myself that like gets me off the hook from having to execute on my own idea. And then I'm justifying my behavior. I'm like, actually, didn't I walk the dog yesterday for him? Didn't I? I walked the dog already 3 times today. Like, this isn't even my dog, right? So like you're justifying, you're betraying your own idea. And then you're like, maybe if the weather was nicer, I would do it. Actually, if he had done X, Y, or Z, then I totally would have done, ABC. And so we do this with other people. I hope you followed that story. We do this with other people, but we also do it with ourselves. So like you've had the thought, like I should work out. And then you're like, well, every time that I've gone to work out in the past, I just like give up, or I'm super inconsistent, or, I just like, I don't fit in at the gym. Like, I'm not athletic. I'm not this, I'm not that. And you inflate your faults. And then because that feels like crap, you lift yourself back up and you're like, actually, I'm not all that bad. I'm not all that bad. I work really hard in other areas. In fact, I eat really clean. I drink a lot of water. I get good sleep. I do yoga like once a week, right? And so you start to inflate like the parts of yourself that let you off the hook. And then you justify your behavior. You justify not going and working out. You justify not creating a healthy routine. And you're like, well, now's just really not a good time. I would totally work out if it weren't for my kids. I would totally work out if it weren't for my clients texting me at all times. I had that showing on Saturday, so I couldn't possibly go to my class because clients come first. And you're justifying your behavior. And then you get to that place of blame. And you're like, actually, none of this is my fault. If I had more money, then I could afford to have a gym membership. Or if I, had a more supportive partner at home, then I could afford to take some time away from the kids. Or if I had blah, 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 right? Has anybody else experienced this like self-betrayal spiral? Yeah. So this is what we talked about last time.